The future of entertainment and recreation is here in Pulaski County. With excitement buzzing about our big plans, we sat down with 3 of our local leaders to learn more about their collaborative missions and goals.
So, for the sports and entertainment department, it's really still in kind of a startup mode. We're basically building an organization from scratch. And so right now it's a lot of marketing, a lot of business development. Ultimately the role of the STEA will be manage venues within the county owns, solicit tournaments, manage and develop events, sponsorship, all those sorts of things. Making sure that visitors that come for sporting events have a positive experience. But right now it's a lot of startup activity, budget development, budget management, those sorts of things.
So with the tourism department right now, what we're really focusing on is making sure that people know that the lake and all recreation activities are back open after the effects of Hurricane Helene. We're also really focusing on making sure that we have overnight visitors, people that are coming and staying in our hotels and in our Airbnbs to really help increase our lodging tax. So that comes with a lot of marketing initiatives, a lot of promoting events that Parks and Rec holds throughout the summer. So really just working with our social media campaigns, the radio, anything that we can do to make sure that the public knows that we are open and that visitors and people that live here can all have something to do throughout the summer.
And at the core of Parks and Recreation, it's about improving the quality of life for our community. We manage and maintain parks, facilities, sports fields, playgrounds. So do a little bit of everything when it comes to managing that. We just want to make sure we have safe and fun places for all ages to go through. On top of that, we have our recreational programs at sports, adult and youth sporting events, clubs, camps. So health classes. So just want to have opportunities and resources in place for all ages. And on top of that, we do our 5Ks, our festivals, our concerts, just to bring that community impact at a high level to gather everyone together and make sure that Pulaski County is thriving. Our Parks and Rec department operates on a few core missions. First, we're committed to offering inclusive and engaging recreation programs for all ages. Our short-term goal is, meeting the current demands of what our citizens want right now. And, that's interest of youth sports to senior fitness. And at the same time, our long-term goal is creating a vibrant community and a healthy lifestyle for all of our community members as we move forward. Second, we focus on providing a safe and well-maintained public space. That's the foundation, whether it's a park, playground, trail, or a sports field. We want people to have places where they feel welcome, safe, and connected to the outdoors. And lastly, we serve as a community engagement for events. Short terms, that's the 5K, the concerts, and the seasonal festivals that people enjoy. Long term, it's about strengthening the community bonds, fostering civic pride, and creating traditions that make our community feel like home. All these missions work together. When our spaces are inviting and safe, people have positive experiences through programs and events. And when we plan for the future in mind, we're not just checking boxes. We're helping create a healthier, more connected, and more resilient community.
So the mission of the Sports, Tourism, and Entertainment Authority is to maximize the utilization of the county's sports and entertainment facilities by hosting, bidding on, supporting, and producing events that drive visitation and ultimately generate tax revenue through hotel receipts, restaurant receipts, other expenditures by visitors within the county. And then ultimately it's about making sure that once those visitors do visit the county, that they have a positive experience, that they explore the other amenities and tourism assets in the county, and make sure that they have the kind of stay that makes them want to tell other people about Pulaski County.
And the tourism mission is kind of in the middle of that. The tourism mission is very twofold. We want to make sure that we are promoting events that are happening for the local citizens and making sure that the information is out there about the community to the local citizens, but at the same time promoting our events and our community events, as well as our big events, to the larger public, to the people across the state, people out of state, anybody within more than 3 hours away that are going to come here and spend the night and stay 2 or 3 nights or longer, whether it be for a large event, a sporting event, or whether it be to have recreation on the lake or a family vacation, whatever that looks like for them. And then to make sure that that is a stay that, like Tim said, that they go back and tell other people about, that they continue to come every single year. They make it a family tradition, that they've had a stay, that they go back and tell others about Pulaski County, and they've had a welcoming experience. So that tourism kind of brings it all together.
I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's all about generating revenue for the county and creating a positive experience for everybody, whether it's the local citizens or the visitors. At the end of the day, I think it's about being able to have nice facilities that everyone can benefit from, and creating a sort of the kind of the culture and community that people can enjoy.
And I think creating the perception around Pulaski County that we are a growing, thriving community where people want to visit or live. The goal of the 40 by 30 goal, and all of that. All of these experiences, and they add to that concept of having more things to do, more amenities, whether you live here or whether you visit here. There's always going to be something to do.
Yeah, I think we've talked about it a long time, that our 3 departments kind of mesh well together. We're not in a silo, and it's going to take all 3 of us to be successful, not only for our citizens, but our visitation that comes here. Tim, I've heard you say it many of times, the best kind of advertisement you can get is people going back to their other communities saying how great Pulaski County is. That's just as more important, or not more important than, social media and news outlets, but having people word of mouth go back and talk about how great Pulaski County is, that's very important. And we want to make this home not only for our citizens, but for those that visit us.
I think the biggest way that the Sports and Entertainment Authority benefits the local community is by hosting, creating, producing events that both the local community and visitors can enjoy, participate in, benefit from. I think also, by creating events and supporting events that attract visitors from outside of the area, that helps generate revenue. It helps justify having nice facilities that the local community can also enjoy. And so those to me are the big things.
Yeah, and Parks and Recreation, I feel like that's where we're needed the most, and that's what we're here for, is our residents, and that's providing free, accessible spaces for exercise and community gathering, spaces that provide health, reduce stress, and create a sense of place. And on the flip side of that, for businesses, parks and facilities around sporting, if they're nice, clean, safe, they enhance the property value of businesses. Businesses want to come here because of nice outdoor and indoor attractions when it comes to the sports and entertainment world of things. So partnering with those business and residents alike is very important for Parks and Recreation.
And I think for tourism, our role in that is making sure that the community is aware of the different activities and the different things that are going on, and making all of those things, whether it be aesthetically pleasing with a social media post, or making sure that it's connecting with the media, and making sure that the media is focusing on Pulaski County and what all we have to offer. But whatever that looks like is making sure that the community is aware of all of our assets.
I think the other thing too, from the business community perspective, is that I think we all of our departments create opportunities for businesses to showcase themselves locally and regionally, whether it's through sponsorships or marketing promotions, we create a platform for them to be able to get their message out to the community and beyond, and show their support for this place that they call home as well.
Yeah, I think it's important that we've all said that, even though that maybe some of these businesses doesn't align with what we're doing, when we have these teams here, when we have these games, tournaments, expos, we're going to have people in Pulaski County visiting these small businesses and going to spend money at their shops, at their restaurants. So it's truly going to be a team effort. It's going to take everyone in Pulaski County to make this successful.
I think in terms of, yes, we have benefited from the donation of some really truly world-class facilities. But I think what's important is that, take the Speedway, for example. That's a facility that has so much potential for things other than just auto racing. And I think that's where the collaboration between all of us can come in, because, there's the opportunity to do community events, family events, whether it's at the Speedway or at Calfee Park. I think there are other things like last year they did the Halloween event at the Speedway. So, I think, whether it's we kind of talk about the Sports and Entertainment Authority as focusing more on sort of commercial endeavors. But I think all of these facilities have the potential to be both commercial and local and community. And I think we all contribute to that in our own way.
I think that's what all three of us want. We want that these assets on top of the other great assets that Pulaski County have, to make them community and commercialized at the same time. Tim said it, it's family fun nights at these locations. It's, Nerf nights and movie nights at Calfee Park. Maybe a music festival or one or two at the Speedway or at Calfee Park. It's just having that community buy-in that they deserve these facilities just as much as those visitors that are coming in to enjoy those locations. This is ours, and if we do it at a high level and community has the buy-in, then our visitors are just going to have that buy-in as well and want to come back to this great community.
But I think it's also important to realize it's not just the Speedway, Calfee Park, or the soon-to-be Sportsplex. It's also, I've said from the very beginning, I believe it's important to do things in historic downtown Pulaski, and obviously there are already things happening at Crater Lake, like the jet ski race that tourism oversees, and it's more things like that that again are just creating that experience for the local community, the opportunities, while also attracting people to come visit and experience those things for themselves as well.
I agree. And I think all of us working together, we meet frequently. We're all the time bouncing ideas for new things to do, going back to the jet ski race, we've been doing that. This will be 3 years for the jet ski race, but Tim has some great ideas for how to make that bigger, how to make that better. The same with other events that are going on. So I think the three of us working together really help to promote just the county overall across the board, not just from a visitor standpoint or from a community standpoint, but business standpoint, just across the board. Big.
I think our collaborative message is that we're building something special, something truly special in Pulaski County. We're stepping into a new chapter of how we think about, parks and recreation, tourism, and now sports and entertainment. And we understand the value that this is going to bring this community. And we're going to combine our efforts and partner with not only our 3 departments, several other departments within the Pulaski County and businesses to make sure that we're in this together and support one another and be very successful as we do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think, while we are 3 distinct departments, in a lot of ways, we're kind of one big department, each sort of focusing on a certain segment of kind of the same thing. And I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, Erica mentioned that we meet, the 3 of us meet weekly to kind of talk about what's going on, what opportunities are out there, what are the things we need to work on. And I think that's going to be the biggest benefit to the community, is the sort of the collective effort and the collective coordination will, like Erica said, lead to bigger things, better opportunities for the local community. And for me, from a sports and entertainment perspective, one of the goals is to establish Pulaski County as one of the premier sports and entertainment destinations. Just like Erica's goal is to continue to establish Pulaski as one of the premier tourism destinations. And, Shay's, created an amazing parks and recreation department. So for all of us to sort of be working together collectively, I think just can only lead to good things and better things.
I think the number one goal that we all share and have in mind is that at the end of the day, Pulaski County always wins out. We just want to see growth and just bigger, better things for Pulaski County all the time.